I have been on the lookout for a very good ultra-wide lens, specifically a prime lens. So one of my choices are the Sigma 16mm f1.4, and knowing Sigma is going to be a very sharp lens. Because it is a f1.4, you can actually shoot in low light conditions like this. Currently, if I turn off the light, yeah, it's not so bad. Right now, the only lights are from outside and from the monitor here. Sigma 16mm f1.4 has been quite a workhorse for me. I've used it in a lot of client projects. Recommendations: when should you use the Sigma lens? You should use the Sigma lens if you have a tripod and you're just vlogging using a static, because it is pretty damn heavy. All Sigma lenses are heavy. I have no idea why. Maybe it's glass, heavy glass, heavy duty and all that. So I actually have this other tripod. Because the Sigma 16mm lens is quite heavy, every time I put this on this small tripod, because there's no locking mechanism on this, the weight of the Sigma will just weigh it down. This lens is obviously very sharp. I might just zoom in on my face right now. You see the sharpness. So here are 5 reasons why you should get a Sigma 16mm lens. So because the Sigma is 16mm and on an Aps-C sensor camera, it is equivalent to about 24mm focal length. That means it's actually quite a versatile lens, or rather versatile focal length, because like on a full frame, if you're using a 24, you are usually doing a wide shot or a mid shot, and it'll give a nice bokeh right behind. So because of this focal length of like equivalence of 24mm, you can actually go in close if you want to. If you do not want to, it's fine. But because you're going close like this, you can still have a nice view of the background as well. Because if you're shooting on a 85mm lens, it'll be quite compressed, while if you're shooting on a 24 equivalent, or rather a 16mm like this, you can get a bit of the background as well if you want to. The second reason, after going through the whole focal length thing, is actually the very fast aperture. This is f1.4, that means it'll do good in low light. So you don't have to struggle so much. You can keep your camera at a low ISO if you want to, and yeah, you can still get a good shot. Okay, reason number 3 is obviously the build quality. Although this is heavy, the reason for that is because of the build quality. It is tough as hell. I actually dropped it a couple of times and it's still working quite well. I mean, it's a Sigma, it's bound to survive anything. Reason number 4, it is how well it works with the camera in autofocus. Well, certain third-party lenses does not really work that well, but because it's a Sigma, they've been working on Sony for quite a long time. The autofocus is pretty good, just like what you saw just now and probably after this segment. Reason number 5, it is obviously the price. This is pretty cheap. In Singapore dollars, it's about 500 or less. Possibly second hand you can get about $300. In USD, I'm not sure how much, but I'll probably list it somewhere. But yeah, price wise it's pretty good, along with its other sister brother lenses. In this, initially it was actually a trio of lenses, but then they've expanded to 23mm, I think. It's a pretty good price for the quality that you get from this lens. So who is this lens for? This lens is for anyone who wants a really sharp lens, or 24mm lens equivalent on an Aps-C body, or you just want something bokeh-licious and you're vlogging, You can always use it in a professional setting like I have. I've used it for interviews, very much like this right now, talking head. Yeah, I don't really need to show a sample of that because this is the sample I'm shooting on a 16mm Sigma lens right now on a Sony ZV-E10. Maybe you can check out the next video which shows a comparison between the Sigma and the Sony 11mm. Thanks for watching and thanks for the support. Do subscribe if you can, give this video a like and share it with anyone who wants it.